Hey everybody, welcome to the Metrics Metagame. I just wanted to sit down today and do a little bit of streaming on Talishar. I've been doing a lot of practicing with Arakni, and I'm kind of just wanting to do it and let you guys see what I'm up to. Maybe go over the list a little bit and that kind of thing. Nothing too crazy. This is actually a bit of a rendition of TCG Talk's list. I have his list. I won't go through it right now because that's his thing. If you want to see his list, go check it out on his channel. Definitely not going to spoil his work. I will say that I did change a couple of things from his list, and there's a couple of things that I'm seeing where he's just objectively right, and I'm probably going to end up shifting that real quick. So we're going to start off, and then as I go through, I'll name some of the things. Actually, I think I might just pull his thing up too, and just kind of use it as a reference. So, Dex. And this is his, so things I'm doing different. Yeah, okay. Quick glance. Don't come at me, TCG Talk. I just wanted to check it real quick. So cut to the chase. I wanted to run the blues. I'm running the nimblism. I'm doing something a little sneaky. I'm running the Razor Reflex yellow because I want them to wonder every time I have one resource and I have a card in hand or in an arsenal. I always want them to wonder if I have the extra 2 Razor Reflexes. Just when they see the yellow, they need to wonder if I run 6. I've seen that be kind of effective with my buddy Aaron, and I think that's probably something I'm going to stick with until I'm proven otherwise. So if you guys know better than me, let me know. But I think that's kind of a good mind trick to play on people. I know they're expecting attack reactions, but I'm just hoping they expect the 2 more that don't exist. And maybe they overblock and give me more cards and help me fatigue them better. So we're going to start from the top. Annihilate the Armed is just a good attack action at 5 for 1. It's a good rate. Most decks run attack action cards. If you're up against even Bolton, using his combo and everything, runs attack actions. The only thing you're likely not going to see him is something like maybe Dory, or sorry, Doran. Apparently her name is Doran Thea, which is kind of a cool story if you don't know about it. It's James White's grandmother, I want to say, kind of did an ode to her by naming Dorinthia as Dorinthea. So kind of cool. I learned that at Worlds. You just learn some crazy things. So, all right. I want to run the blue, Annihilate the Armed. This deck currently is running 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19, 20 blues. We'll get into some more of that, but 20 blues seems like a good starting point for me. I feel like I'm a little too heavy on them. I'll come down on them, but I know I've been seeing some lists come around with like 21, and it's not hurt me so far, so I'm just going to keep running it. Another thing at first, I had the 3. Sorry, I'll get back to this. Okay. Cut of the Chase. I wanted the rainbow. Cut of the Chase is an amazing card. Even the blues. I like the blues. And the reason that I wanted to run the extra blues, you'll notice, excuse me, when you go look up TCG Talks list, and some other lists, you'll see a lot of attack actions. And I tried to go a little bit more reaction heavy. Reason being, the mirror match is important. And I've found through a small sample size that the mirror match is favored heavily in the assassin that goes wider and not the one that goes taller. But the one that goes taller is favored more into every single other match, it seems. So if you guys have experienced that as well, let me know. We're just going to kind of see where this goes. Eradicate, it's obvious. You run Eradicate. It's a good card. When you run Eradicate, you want to try to push as much damage as you can. So if you can get away, if you notice your blocking patterns of your opponent are you play a 0 for 4 and they tend to block it fully, then you may not want to try this. But if you find that they don't block completely, they like to let damage leak through and they don't care about your hit triggers, you can do something like Plunder the Poor for 0, pop your boots, and then set up a huge Eradicate to where they're either going to block all of it and not have a turn, or they're going to decide that it's just not worth it and they have their 2 or 3 cards left they want to play. So something to keep in mind, you want to try to set that up. Same goes for Surgical Extraction, only kind of less because you don't care if it hits for a lot or just 1, but you want to try to force those 2 through. very important. Fate Foreseen, you need your defense reactions in this deck. The aggressive versions of this deck don't perform as well into most decks, like I was just saying. So you want to run the Fate Foreseens. You like to set up your cards before you see them. Fiendal Spreading Spirit, which is what I was about to get into a minute ago when I was on a rabbit trail. The red version is nice. It meets the breakpoint. However, the reason that it's here is to be a popper in Dromai. One of the things that I did for a little bit before I kind of followed along with TCG Talk was Remembrance. He actually has the 2 Remembrance. I had the 2 Fiendal's Fighting Spirit yellows there because I was trying to add in more. And the reason that I changed to Remembrance is when you're up against something like Dromai and you need poppers, you want to have Remembrance so that you get 3 of your poppers back from your graveyard. Whereas each of these 2 cards in sideboard, if they were just the Fighting Spirit, would only represent 2 poppers. However, each of these 2 poppers represents 3. So with 2 cards, we're able to get a total of 6 poppers back or added to our number of poppers that we have at the most. So at worst, they're going to get you 1 more popper each, which is what a tunic would be. Or not a tunic, a yellow Fiendals. So just better numbers there. They don't block, but they definitely work for you. We don't have a lot of non-blockers in the list, so it's fine. Heart of Fiendal, this is one that I've been running, and some of the games that I've won have been very closely related to the life gained off of things like Fighting Spirit. Sigil of Solace is in the sideboard, but I usually run it. I usually run 63. It's a good card. Command and Conquer is also kind of usually alongside Sigil of Solace. You'll find that this deck's not usually a 60 card list because you're trying to outlast your opponent as like a secondary win condition to life totals. And in a lot of decks, you're just hoping that you outlast them as a primary strategy. Things like Bolton, when Bolton combos off, you're just in survival mode the whole time. You don't want to let him leak through damage, and then his combo, his combo tends to be a little bit more card heavy, so he's banishing a ton of cards into soul, banishing cards from his soul into banish zone. So it's just kind of how it works out. Another thing about the Bolton matchup that I specifically wanted to mention is if you see a shred in your opening hand, prioritize that card staying in your arsenal. Even the blue, it doesn't matter, blue or yellow, and I'll get into that in a second. It doesn't matter because what happens is if he blocks with Courage of Bladehold, you immediately want to shred his Courage of Bladehold. Because when you shred Courage of Bladehold, you completely turn off the Bolton game entirely for the rest of the game. Because what happens, and I don't know if you guys have seen this screenshot floating around of the rules explanation on shred. If you shred a piece of equipment with temper, it's going to go from its 2, and it would get a -1 counter for blocking. If you hit it with any of the shreds, it's going to give it an additional -2 or 3, or if you're playing red, 4. And that's going to make it 0 at the end of the turn. So without them intending to, them blocking with Courage has destroyed their Courage of Bladehold. And I'm going to say the Bolton matchup is extremely easy when you're not worried about their combo turn. So keep that in mind. That's a very important strategy that I haven't pulled off yet because I keep forgetting. Or I've played like 2 games and realized it. So just try to keep that in your mind. Leave No Witnesses, an amazing card. This is the assassin version of Command and Conquer, and you get to buff it with Cut to the Chase, Shred, whereas and Nimblism, and Razor, whereas Command and Conquer, I've actually found good use of Command and Conquer, just pop in the Goliath Gauntlet to get a good old 8 attack in with CNC to try to force through that arsenal destruction. I'm going to talk a lot about Bolton because, Wes plays Bolton all the time, and we've talked about it a lot, so kind of the forefront of my mind. Nimblism, having that extra 3 for 0 on an attack is really nice. This and keeping this in mind, the Nimblism thing, the reason that I'm not wanting to use this slot for something that gives like go again is because I'm not worried about going more than once. Because what I'm trying to do is get the tallest attack possible 1 time every turn and play defensively on my opponent's turn. Reason being, When you swing the Spider's Bite, if it hits, the next time they defend with one or more attack action cards this turn, those cards have -1 while defending. So for each attack action card they try to block you with, they're getting one less block value because of your Spider's Bite. If you were to say go leave no witnesses into a Plunder the Poor, they could fully block that. Let's just say the Plunder, I don't know. Let's say we got a 4 attack and then a 3 attack, right? If you got a 4 attack and a 3 attack, you get leave no witnesses into a blue annihilate, hypothetically. Okay, bear with me. With Spider's Bite, in effect, they would have to, with 2 attack actions, they would have to block with 2 of them. I can't talk today for some reason. So they're going to have to block with 2 attack actions because each of those attack actions is going to get -1 because you're getting more value from your Spider's Bite. So when you play Annihilate the Armed after you play Leave No Witnesses, all they need to do is block with a 3 block attack action to fully block all of the damage for that turn. So they blocked with 3 cards, they get to Arsenal and pass over to you, right? That's kind of how that usually works. Or they have an Arsenal and a 1-card hand that they can somehow pull something off with, which is also not ideal for us. If you were to play Nimblism and to Leave No Witnesses, those same 3 attack action cards would still be under your breakpoint because you'd be coming in with the Leave No Witnesses for 7, and it would take them 3 attack action cards that block 3, all getting -1, and that's not what they want, right? They're going to block with 3 cards, still get the, if they have a card in Arsenal, they're still going to lose that. They're still going to lose a card off the top of their deck. And that's before we even take into consideration like Cut to the Chase or Shred. So, I mean, you're just really trying to force one good attack through each turn. And especially, that's actually really good for our strategy of fatiguing our opponent because we hit, they lose a card off the top, we pop Mask, they lose another one. If those 2 cards meet your contract, then you get the silver. The next turn, you get your Mask back, and you continue the process. So in that example, the 2 attack strategy made Spider's Bite only deal an additional, actually 0 damage, right? In this situation, it's getting a value of 3 more damage because they're losing 3 block value against your Leave No Witnesses with the Nimblism buff. So something to keep in mind, just go tall. It seems like it's the best way to go. If you guys find something better, let me know. But that's kind of why, that's what I'm leaning into. I'll just say that. That's kind of my thought process. Plunder the Poor, good card. A lot of people run a lot of cards with 1 or less. And if they don't, then we're still relying on Annihilate the Armed, Eradicates. I mean, we have all kinds of contracts we can fulfill. But you don't really need to fulfill the contracts all the time. As far as your boots go, you kind of want to pop those on turns you really need to, or that you're really trying to push damage to keep tempo. And the Mask is just there for extra value. Block early, block often. I'll leave that there where it's at. Razor Reflex, it's a good card. It's a good buff. If it gives the go again, it's really nice to have something like a tall Leave No Witnesses, and then you play a Razor Reflex, gives it go again unconditionally, and then you play into like Plunder the Poor for 4. It's just kind of a nice modal response. Another thing you can do is the daggers. Target sword or dagger weapon attack grants +2, +3 for the red. So I've actually won games with Spider's Bite and just razoring a Spider's Bite because they don't expect that to happen. It's weird they wouldn't expect it to happen, but it does end up like that. So this is a very contentious one. I won't say contentious, but there's a lot of people that don't run this card, and I think it's a good card to run, and that's Regicide. So Regicide, when this hits a royal hero, they lose the game. When the combat chain closes, you lose the game. So that's the whole combat chain. So as long as you kill them during that combat chain, you won't lose the game. They will. Regicide can't be defended by cards with the same name as cards in the defending hero's banished zone. So if you've banished a card, or if they've banished a card, this is especially good against Dash, by the way, because they just banish all their cards when they boost. And so what ends up happening is you have this card in your second or even like third cycle of your deck, and you're like, okay, well, this is the best option I have. Either I win now, but I've had this plenty of times where I would say either I win now or I lose next turn. So it's like, okay, it's a gamble. You've got to decide if you're gonna make the bet or not. And if you make the bet and you play regicide and they can't block it, and you can do something like cut to the chase to buff it, like they can't stop that damage. So it's really nice in that situation. I will say most of the time, 99% of the time, probably, you will not play this card. You'll pitch it or block with it, and both of those are okay. Don't hesitate to block with it. Don't try to hold it for later if you're trying to win. If you're trying to win with regicide, then like by all means, hold it for later. Have your fun. Play the game how you want. That's cool. I had one opponent that I was playing against them, and they were like, "Hey," I said, "Hey." Oh my god. Okay, so they were pistoling me to death, and I was like, "I'm gonna die here." He's got 2 pistol attacks, and I can block 1, and I'm gonna die. So I just asked him like, "Hey, can I lose on my own terms?" And then I played regicide, and what they told me after that is that they couldn't even block the attack. They had like 4 plus life, somewhere between 4 and 7 life, and if I had been able to razor the regicide, that would have been a killing blow. So if there was in a different world where I would have survived that turn that they were having, and then I could have played the regicide without asking special permission to make myself lose, that actually would have been a good strategy, and I could have killed him with whatever 4 to 7 life. I think it might have been 5. So I could have done like regicide and to cut to the chase, and it would have worked. So that was one situation where it could have worked. Last night I had another situation where I used regicide. They did block it, but I had a backup, and I did something, gave it go again or something. I think I might have like used blue cut to the chase. I don't know, something. I ended up winning, and I did play it, and it does happen sometimes. It's not terrible. Just be prepared if they block it that you're going to lose. Sack the Shifty. This hits cards that go again. Same as all the other contract. It's 0/4. Yeah, okay. What am I thinking? There's not a lot of stuff out there with go again at base, but it's okay. It's a 0/4. That's what we're worried about, and that's what we're going to go with. Shred. I'm finding more and more often that running the red shred is not necessary, because what happens here is, say you play Leave No Witnesses and they block it, you take away 3, then they're gonna sink below, right? They're gonna block the whole thing. Well, in the same situation, if you were to have a red shred and you played that into a block 3, and then they played a sink below, well, you still don't hit. So either way, you get the extra pitch. Most of the time, you just care about that 3 number, because even if you could hit like the sink below or the fate for scene or whatever, that's kind of just how it ends up shaking out. Sink below, that's an obvious. We're playing a defensive deck. We're going to run defensive cards, sink below. And don't forget shreds, Bolton, hit the courage. Same with Dory, but more importantly with Bolton. Surgical extraction. I'm finding more and more that I want to play this in my second cycle when a lot of their sinks and fates and their equipment blocks are gone, and they have to work harder to block this. I've also found that playing Goliath Gauntlet with surgical extraction isn't the best thing unless you do a spider's bite first. And there might be an argument that you don't run 2 spider's bites, you just run the 1, and then you run the ornate Tessin. I haven't really messed with this too much. I have it here in the list because I think it's a very valid point. Because if you swing 1 spider bite and you swing another one, if they block the second one, it negates the effect of the first hit. So it's like you might as well have just done the 2, or just use the 2 resources and then done the 1 swing. So that's kind of the deck. We got the tunic. We've talked about the Goliath Gauntlet. Let's talk about the weapon. Sideboard, Oasis Respite. This is one of those anti-wizard or anti-dominate cards, or in a matchup where you really need to crunch your life total. Maybe you'll run this just to get that extra life gain, and obviously damage prevention. Remembrance, we talked about that. Anything that's looking to fatigue us more than we're fatiguing them. The mirror matchup, Remembrance is really good as well, because a lot of times you're kind of at parity with your fellow assassin, and you need to find a way to break that fatigue parity. Remembrance is really good for that. Sigil, same thing. If there's one assassin running Sigil and the other one's not, you're breaking parity. If you have the Sigil, we're running AB3 here. to prevent the waning moon and Tessin of the ornate variety. We talked about that. So CNC card good. That's it. So yeah, we're gonna get into some games now. We'll go ahead and start here. I don't really feel like this is gonna work, but we'll try. Yeah, another player's already joined. That kind of tends to happen. So I just make my own games. Public, CC, Control Assassin, the deck we looked at. There we go. I'm gonna post the deck list in the description for you guys to look at. Okay, so we got Azalea. I think we want to hold tempo here, so we're gonna try and go second. We'll just try it. I don't need to worry too much about the daggers, the Tessin. It's fine. Sigil will be nice. We like that. CNC to disrupt their arsenal. I didn't change out the fighting spirit. That's okay. Yeah, 66 is fine. We'll just start here. Okay, so we're up against Tubby Watkins. Tubby, good luck and have fun. We'll say that in the chat. We'll be nice today. Just today, though. Running the Death Dealer. I'm surprised, actually. Usually you see people running the new Sandscar Great Bow to get the aim counters. So, wonder what his idea here is. We're just going to play the Fighting Spirit, which is really nice with the Gauntlet, too, I gotta say. But not this time. We're not going to do it this time. We'll wait till we need it a little more. I like these sleeves, too. They're really cool. I don't know if you guys know, shout out to Mansant. He got that tattoo of the card back on his wrist. It's so cool. I'm sure you can probably find a picture of it on Twitter or something if you're into that. All right, a Fate. Taking 3. Looks like. Yep. And we're gonna, let's see. Do we have any temper? No, we don't have any temper. We got a bunch of blade break. Yeah, we like to put the shred in arsenal. It's fine. Glide path. Next gets +3. Opt 1. Next gets +3. Okay, this is gonna be a big attack. So, well, at least I hope it is. If he does all this, yeah, there it is. Red in the ledger for 11. Can't play or activate more than one action during their next turn. That's okay with me. But I meant to block. I guess I missed that, huh? There we go. We're gonna let it hit. We're gonna mitigate damage down to what we need, and play the Fighting Spirit. Can't do more than one action. Play it or activate. Yeah. So we're just gonna do the Tunic. I don't know why I keep calling it Tunic. Kindles. Gain a life. With the sink below. Okay, cool. This could be a little better. We got the Eradicate. We're probably gonna go for the Eradicate, block with Plunder and Fate, and just see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't end up going badly for us. Okay. Drill shot. I don't think we care too much, but I will say I don't think he's made the right choice with Death Dealer. If he's running things like Drill Shot. He or she, I don't know, but I'm just gonna probably end up saying he a lot because it's what I'm used to. So say our opponent. Our opponent works better. Okay. So there's no hit trigger. It's got the go again. This has the hit trigger. We're gonna take the 5. Because if Wes was here, he'd be saying, "What hit trigger are you preventing?" And then I would tell him, "I don't have one. I'm just sad." Okay, well. You know what? I'm just gonna block the damage. If we're getting the -1 counter anyway, we might as well block it, right? Oh, whatever. Um, and keep it for this cycle. All right, so we're not too unhealthy right now. So what we're gonna do here, hopefully push in a good eradicate. That's the plan anyway. I guess that's the only one you could do. Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense when I think about it. We're gonna spider's bite, hopefully reducing his blocking capability. We're gonna shove this eradicate through his defenses. Our opponent's defenses. I don't know. I don't know. I want to sink the sleep dart. Sure, I'll sink it. See what they have for us here. I'm hoping it's like a 3-block, and then I can just shred it. Or it's just nothing. That's okay too. We just got rid of, 4 cards and dealt 4 damage. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Death Dealer. Bolt and Shot. Go again if it hits reload. Okay. We're hoping our opponent does like a +3. Oh, there's +3. Is that hit trigger? There's no aim counter. Good. Block here. We're going to go and sink. I don't think we're actually going to sink one of our cards, though. I think what we're going to do is just keep this Fighting Spirit, and this time we're going to Goliath Gauntlet beforehand. Try to snag a little more tempo from our opponent. Yeah. Yeah. Coming in for 9. Let's see what they do. We're hoping. Oh, okay. They don't want to give up tempo. Probably the right choice. I will say that. Skullbone Cross Wrap. We got ourselves another Eradicate. That's nice. Just going to mitigate some damage. Hopefully they don't have too much else coming at us. Either way, our turn looks the same pretty much. We have another card to block with. You can destroy. Okay, we might need to overblock this. First attack costs 1 more. And prevent 3 of the damage. Pop the Tunic. Spider's Bite. Pitching Shred. That's what we're trying to do. Make their blocks less effective. That is the goal. Yeah, we'll synchrate the Glide Path. And pop Mask. Let's see what he does. The Fate. All right. Which is just pretty much exactly what we wanted to see. We wanted them to react as late as possible so we can just shred their defense reaction instead of like shredding their blocking card and then they put a Fate on top. So this is kind of ideal. Nice, nice. We got the sigil. And Nimbleism and to leave no witnesses. Love to see it. We're gonna... I guess we should have waited for that, but it's okay. Just do it anyway. No hit trigger. Even life. It's fine. Death Dealer. Yep. Pitching. Bolt and shot. Point the tip. Ah, okay. I had actually seen this one and put much thought into it, so I like that. It lets you put aim counters on things. I'm trying to figure out what the aim counter does for bolt and shot. Because it's just the +3 that I care about. Oh, if it hits, it gets go again and reload. We're still just going to block 3. I would imagine they're probably still going to Arsenal. Even though it gets to go again. I don't think it matters too much. I think they're going to keep firing off. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure, we'll get the mask back. Banish some more stuff. This turn's simple. Nimbleism. Leave no witnesses for 7. We actually just want to get rid of that card. So we'll leave it on top. And this could be advantageous too in grabbing tempo, because if they try to force a block here, then then they're probably going to block with 3 cards. And we'll grab tempo, and it prevents them from grabbing tempo if they don't block, because they lose that card. So yeah. Yep, that's what we wanted. So this hand's a bad hand. This is a hand we block with. And that's okay. There's that Deadeye we didn't want him to have. 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. It's a really bad hand. So we're just going to let bad hands be what they are and go to better hands. We have to work to get tempo back now, though. Undo block. I don't care about 3. I'm a rabble. Arsenal to CNC. He's going to cross wrap. He's going to run out of some of this stuff here soon. So he wanted that take cover to, to react to me. Now he's stuck. It's actually decent. Okay. Hamstring shot for dominate 8. All right. That's cool. Okay. Dominate more than 8. I will give credit where credit's due. This is a good Azalea player. How much of a choice we have there. I think we might just be able to grab tempo now, though. Now we're going to come in with Annihilate the Armed. We're going to get rid of Seek and Destroy. So that's one of the things about the deck, too, is if you see a card on top you don't want them to have, you don't care about Contract as much as getting rid of their key cards. So if you can get rid of their Seek and Destroy, that's always pretty much a good thing. So Yep, there we go. We force the hit trigger through. We're gonna just go head first. They're gonna fate, but it's still not gonna work. Interesting. I think we have grabbed tempo effectively, but we're down by 10, so maybe not in a good spot, but all right, and we're living the dream. Oh, he popped Death Dealer. Okay, that's weird. 5. Oh. Oh man. Let's see. I haven't really looked at the stream. I've just kind of been sitting here talking. I'm expecting most people are just going to probably come back and look at this video after the fact, and that's okay. You know what? I think we're going to do the same thing and just arsenal our CNC. Because I don't have, unless they dominate an attack, I don't have too much of an issue getting stuff through. I really should have played Oasis against this opponent, I guess. Hmm. I kind of like this hand. I'm hoping he doesn't ruin that for us. Yeah, fatigue shot's a good way of ruining our good hand for us. But if you want to play a fatigue game, dominate. Hmm. Well, it does say more than one action, so I'm okay with that. What about y'all? I think this hand is okay. They only need to do one action. We don't want to sink that. No silver. We don't want to sink it though. All right. Defense reaction. Are you gonna have 2 of them? Maybe. I wouldn't complain, really. Okay. Um. Oh, okay. It felt weird. Like a lot happened without me seeing what happened there, so that makes sense. Read the glide path. We're gonna be blocking a lot this turn. Probably just CNC on our turn. Yeah, Death Dealer. Knock the death whistle. The dominate remorseless. Okay. So we're taking 2 overall. Switch the heart. Remorseless. Trying to figure out how I lost 2. How did I lose 2? Oh. Okay, there we go. That makes more sense. Wow, had a brain fart there. Sorry, everybody. I need to see if there's a window I can look at the stream, but I haven't messed with that too much. Hmm. Let's see. Double blocking. That's what we like to see. Although this Azalea's had some effective turns with 3 card hands. That's not bad. I think we can handle this. So we do need to sync here. I think we sync Razor Reflex. Yeah. Yeah, we'll sync the Razor Reflex. It's a Command and Conquer. Hey, it is what it is, right? That's variance. Just try to keep them blocking. This is still definitely a winnable game. If we can try to fatigue our opponent, that'd be great. I'm just kind of worried about one of these big... I mean, I don't know. We're in the second cycle. They've pitched a lot of blues, I think, so... And what are these mostly? Reds and yellows. I've only got a couple few blues in here, so yeah, most of the cards left are probably blues. What's in here? Oh yeah, yeah, they're playing on blues right now, which is exactly where we want them. This could very well be a winnable game, or an already won game. I mean, so I wonder what card they would look for at this point. Headshot, fatigue shot. They're just trying to get a dominated fatigue shot to hit. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. There's no go again. We can sync the fate. I've been waiting so long to say that. All right, sync the fate. It's a cut to the chase. All right, so attack action card. Okay, this is not good. That's a good game. Very well played. Azalea right there. Good job, Toby Watkins. All right, let's figure some of the stream stuff out real quick. I want to make sure that I'm doing this right. Controls, start virtual camera, we don't care. Studio mode? No. I know there's a way to show the chat for the stream. Settings button? Nope. Settings? I would like to see what's going on. Let's just pull YouTube up on my phone. I'm so new to this. That's okay. Oh yeah, absolutely zero viewers. That's okay. That viewer is me. Okay, cool. Well, that is fine by me. I'm just gonna play another game. Probably gonna stop after that though. Let's see. Oh yeah, we're running sigils, Oasis, CNC. We're definitely gonna go for fatigue here. How the Bolton game works. And if we can get a shred early, that'd be even better. Oh, it's a Raiden. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. We're gonna block with sack the shifty, and then we're gonna fate. We're gonna put shred on top. F temper? Battle. Okay, okay. We're gonna arsenal its fighting spirit. Maybe. Alright. Let's go into. Actually, I like the idea here of just going Goliath Gauntlet. Doing big 9. Take the tempo early. This gauntlet's fine. I don't mind giving this thing up. The surgical extractions can get buffed by other stuff for the most part. I'm not too concerned. The shred to the bottom. Arsenal Eradicate. This is decent too. Bolt of Courage for 1. Okay, we'll take 1. Sure. He draws a card. I really don't care. I also don't think I want to play Eradicate right now. He's got an Arsenal, so I'm just going to play the CNC. Keep the Eradicate in Arsenal. Judge Dredd's 94. Well, I'm Brandon 92, so. The awkward Talishar moments where you're just waiting on him to do something. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Okay, well, I guess, it looks like we're defending this turn. All of this stuff to defend one card. I don't care about 1 damage. Just can't bring myself to. Okay, Snapdragon. Lumina. So, first of all, no. Get the Oasis for later. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. That's what I wanted. I didn't want another Sink Below. Oh my god. I cannot get enough Sink Below, I guess. Oh, I just keep going. It's okay. Just gets 1 additional attack. I'm really not concerned. Fate to the bottom. Razor Reflex. Okay. This is lining up to be a turn we're about to have. Bolt of Courage. Okay. Alright, we're 1 Lumina down. We have handled 1 Lumina. Alright, Eradicate. Pitching cut to the chase. We really do want to get some silver off of this. And we definitely want to try to hit Luminas and Beacons. We definitely want a razor. And I guess they don't have reactions, so we're just going to go ahead and pop the mask too. And there we go, 4 silver. All right, we're rich, folks. We are rich. We have 4 silver. I definitely don't need a heart of Fyndor right now. Do I care? Nope, I don't care. Still don't care. Still don't care. Still don't care. We're just going to go tall here. That's fine. I haven't played a Raiden Bolton before with Arakni, so just kind of going with the flow, seeing what's going to happen. This is going to be a nasty turn, I think, though. They tend to take a lot of damage, too. I've noticed. This is going to be no exception. We want to keep Sync Below from being something he plays late in the game. We're going to keep it on top, and then we're going to keep it on top. I guess I could have masked there. That's all right. Now we play a little more defensively again, and then we just kind of keep weaving our way around that way. Okay, taking 3. He's going to go again. Gallantry Gold. Okay. Lumina. All right. Okay, we can defend. That's fine. All right. 5. Just Arsenal and pass here. Yeah, that's better. This is one of those few exceptions where I will say having 2 spiders bites will be helpful if I get a full turn. We're going to try to play Leave No Witnesses next turn. He's going to swing with Raiden after this too, though. What we're going to do. He's going to swing with Raiden. We're going to block it. Seven. No, we're fine. We'll take 4. Now what? Well, that's just rude. All right. Okay, well, it turns out that this Bolton is a problem, so cool. We don't want to sink that. We just want to try to get rid of it for some silver. Oh no, he's definitely gonna have a defense reaction here. No? Okay, well that's surprising. Okay. Take flight. Coming in for 2. Gains go again. I don't know how to play against Raiden. This is okay. Block it out. There we go. I guess maybe we were on the fatigue plan. There's our sigil. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're on the fatigue plan. Is what it is. This is gonna be for 7. Yep. Block here and here. Pass. He's giving it go again. I'm playing sigil. He's gonna do something else. Bolt of courage for 3. I'm gonna block for 3. I think he's gonna run out of gas pretty soon. I'm starting to draw into my defensive stuff now. Again, I guess. Okay. Be the Vanguard. It's 4. We don't want to block with attack reactions, making it 5. That is fine. Maybe we can get an attack react, actually. So we'll sink. Why did that not? That's fine. Whatever. Yeah, we'll just block. Block. That tunic resource in a minute, but I don't think we're gonna be dead before the next one, so. Not playing well today. Can't have all good days though, right? So far this deck's been performing really well for me, but today is just, I guess, the exception. So maybe like Raiden plus another attack action. 4, 3 times. Break point is I didn't want to do that. I needed to block. No, I'm not gonna die. Game. Okay. Oh no. Well, I clicked the wrong button. Oh well. GG. It happens. A little flustered, maybe. Couple of weird matchups I haven't seen, so maybe that's part of it. But definitely good players. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. You guys can watch. Let me know what I'm doing wrong or right. Up to you. And talk to you guys later.